county chairman of the political party in which the candidate claims affiliation, and the county in which the candidate resides certifies the candidate as a member of the political party. It goes on to say, the declaration of candidacy must inform the candidates how party affiliation is determined under the subdivision and permit the candidate to indicate on the declaration of candidacy which of clauses A, B, or C applies to the candidate. The candidate claims party affiliation under clause C, the candidate must attach to the candidate's declaration of candidacy the written certification of the county chairman required by clause C. I am claiming clause B of the aforementioned statute. The key word in section 7-4 is any. If any of the following applies, I feel I've met the requirements of clause B as I've never voted in the primary election. I clearly marked Republican on my CAN 37 form, and that is sufficient as per statute 38-2 to claim party affiliation. The addition of clause C is therefore not required by any statute. The form IRSC CA-1 is also not required. There's a clear contradiction between Republican Rule 9-7 and Indiana Statute 38-2. After I refer to your rules, Republican Rule 1-2. If there's a conflict between these rules, meaning Republican Rule 9-7 and a statute, I refer to the aforementioned statute of 382, Section 7, the statute prevails. Therefore, I move to have my challenge dropped. I have not voted in a primary election before because I was active duty military for the past 6 years. I was unable to vote in the primary. I was registered as an absentee ballot receiver, or registered to receive an absentee ballot, and that's how I voted in the previous election, the general election.
And can you tell me where you were in the primary 2010?
In 2010, I was either in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Pensacola, Florida. I believe I was just leaving Philadelphia at the time of the primary to transfer to I was an instructor at the air traffic control schoolhouse in Pennsylvania, Florida.
How about 2008?
2008, I was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I registered and I voted as a absentee ballot member, not in the primary, but in the general election.
Okay. Did the military instruct you regarding voting as an absentee in the military at that time?
Yes.
And how about the primaries?
I did not vote in the primary because I did not feel that it's significant enough, because the absentee ballots are counted only if there is a margin of victory higher than I was informed that the absentee ballots don't count.
It's irrelevant.
If there is a margin of victory greater than the amount of absentee ballots, they won't even count the absentee ballots. A person in the military.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they need
So that is why
they need to pass
It's irrelevant.
But anyways, I feel that is insignificant and irrelevant because Indiana Statute 38-2 states the following contradiction, as you can clearly see in the code. No one can question my party affiliation. I've only voted in 382, Section 7. If you look down at Section 7-4, I'll read it again if you like.
Yeah.
Randy, do you have any?
Before the board makes a decision, I'd like to make that closing statement.
I know you're on top of it.
I looked at this, and I initially agree with Mr. Penrod regarding his observation regarding subsection 382-7 under category. It starts out. He started reading at 4 capital A, if I remember
Yes,
correctly.
yes, that's correct.
And you look at 4, the last line of subsection 4 says any of the following. And his position, if I may state it, he'll correct me if I don't state it correctly, is that any of the following applies. A, B, and then C. Under B it says and claims, but I noted in my notes, because I expect this might come up, I noted in my note and claims of party affiliation.
Well, I registered Republican already, and I checked the box on the CA in 37 form, which that is significant enough to claim party affiliation.
And for purposes of clarifying what the issue may be, which position or subsection are you claiming under section 4, A, B, or C?
B. And if you read down further, which I don't believe this was on the CAN 37 form, the declaration of candidacy must inform the candidate how party affiliation is determined under the subdivision and permit the candidate, I say again, permit the candidate to indicate on the declaration of candidacy which of clauses A, B, or C applies to the candidate. I was not informed that if the Republicans are going to use B and C, and contradiction to the statute that I would have to fill out the form as per required with Clause C. That form, I believe it's the IRSC CA-1, is not required by Indiana statute, according to Republican Rule 1-2, stating the clear contradiction between the two rules.
And Mr. Penrod, Ms. Jason.
Yes.
And then my conclusion was, suspecting that this might become an issue, that if you take a look at B, it's in the conjunctive primary election and claims of party affiliation. Go down then below subsection C and look at the verbiage there. I concluded that muddied the water up a little bit because it wasn't clear as to.
I'm not sure if you're going to muddy the water. Can you,
No, I'm not saying you did, I'm saying the statute did. And we've had this issue have come up on the election board before. My initial conclusion was earlier this morning when I was looking at this was that because 4 says any of the following A, B, and C, and D indicates claims a party affiliation, that because the party requires their additional form and the permission of the, or the consent of the county chairman, that,
once again, sir, I'm sorry to interrupt. If you look down farther below Clause C, I'll read it again. The declaration of candidacy must inform the candidates how party affiliation is determined. So when I turn in my form, my CA-37 form, it is not listed on the form. The person I turn the form into must say, which clause, A, B, or C, are you referring to? And I would say Clause B, and they would say, sir, Mr. Penrod, please fill out this IRSC CA-1 form. And then it would be
However, sir, you did sign the form, and paragraph 4 on the CAN 37 says, I comply with all requirements under the laws of the state of Indiana and any candidate requirements set by my party rules to be a candidate for this office. So it is on you to know what the party rules are and that you comply with them.
But if the party rules conflict with statute,
well, I also refer to statute could be worded a little stronger.
And that's
Party
why
rules conflict with statute.
Because the wording is kind of, as the gentleman pointed out, muddy. We look at Rule 1-2, if there's a conflict between these rules, saying the Republican Rule 9-7 and the statute, the aforementioned statute that I mentioned, the statute prevails. Therefore, as a registered Republican, as a Republican voter in past elections, I would confirm that I am affiliated with the party, and that's what Clause B states, affiliation. However you want to define it, affiliation is affiliation. I'm affiliated with the party because I voted only Republican and I'm a registered Republican.
So you're telling us affirmatively it would be voted in past elections?
Yes. Yes, I confirm that.
Okay, do you have any?
Well, we don't register Republicans, we don't register Democrats. We only have the track record of an actual primary ballot. And again, I've not met this gentleman, wished I had, but I haven't met him, and, it's just one of those things.
I had Michael go to get an actual candidate form because actually, again, it gets weird when you're doing this party stuff for precinct committeeman and delegate, and I wish we didn't have to take, I wish it was done a different way, but I think the actual form does, in fact, do what you say, so it's a lot different. I mean, it does say the 3, Michael, did you?
Well, I didn't.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was just, I mean, I kind of hadn't paid attention either to that.
If there's 2 separate forms, the gentleman should be dropping on that.
Oh, my, this is.
If there's 2 forms and one of the official forms says what the statute provides, and the other form does not state it, therefore, there's no grounds for this challenge.
I would like to verify, where did you get it
From,
the internet or from the office?
I believe I printed it out from the internet. Yes, sir.
And there, the older form,
But I cannot confirm
is
that.
on the internet.
I cannot confirm that, but I do believe.
That's all right.
I did look at it before I went there.
I noticed the form on the internet.
No, your form, my point is kind of backing you up a little bit, is the forms are different, and.
Between a CAN 37, which is the form that you run for precinct committee or for state
And you
convention.
filed the correct form.
That's what I believe.
It was interesting to me, I never paid attention, because if I were to come in and say file for commissioner, it does list the 3 scenarios and address them, so.
Before the board makes their decision, I would like to make a closing statement.
Please.
I'm a Republican. I believe in a small, limited government. I believe in balanced budgets and fiscal responsibility. I'm also a veteran who was recently honorably discharged after 6 years of service to this great nation. I want to continue my service for everything my peers as a delegate to the state convention. As Republicans, we believe that people can accomplish anything they set their minds to, that we the people hold the key to solving our current problems. We believe that all solutions to any problem must be crafted and attempted by the people before, as a last resort, seeking bureaucratic intervention. The Republican Party message should be, you are welcome here. If you believe in the founding principles of our great country and the power of the individual, you will always have a home in our party. The days of exclusion are over. All I'm asking for is to be allowed me my right as a citizen and as a veteran to run for office and to appear on the ballot.
I have one observation here, and it might be hair splitting, but hair splitting is what we're getting into. You are not running for a local office. You are running for an office in the state party.
Yes, sir.
Be a delegate. That is, you don't have to take, there is a clear distinction. You're not precinct committeeman, different issue. But if you were running solely as for a party office, I don't think this section applies, because it only deals with local candidates.
What does the board do?
Someone running.
That's your interpretation of it. I understand you are a lawyer and you study this stuff. However, my interpretation is different. The statute clearly says the top declaration of candidacy, and it does not say declaration of state candidate or party candidate or anything. It says declaration of candidacy, and I'm declaring a candidacy for the state convention delegates.
Which the requirements of that are set out in 38132, where it refers back to state party rules.
However, Republican Party Rule 1-2 says if there's a contradiction, the statute prevails. I've clearly shown the contradiction of 382, Section 7.
I'm going to make a comment, and I'm a geek about this, but I'm very impressed by this young man and his desire to be involved, and I wish I didn't have to vote on this.
Yes, I understand that, and
You don't have to vote in the negative.
I'm going to make a comment too, and I think that the chairman has indicated that he wished he had talked to you, because he has the discretion to waive this.
Which,
Hear me out, folks. Hear me out. And if you are as enthused as you say, there will be openings as a delegate to the state convention. And I suggest that you contact Mr. Hicks after this is over and express your interest. I don't think we have much of a choice.
after what you said there, I question the validity of that, how one person should decide amongst,
I understand
you know,
that.
it's, you know, like
And
official.
that's why I start off. It's not our job to discuss the merits of the state Republican rules. But the legislature, I can assure you of this, the legislature made a major change in the law in Indiana with both Democratic Party and Republican Party by eliminating some statutory language that talked about qualifications, and they delegated that to the respective parties for the rules. That's a little awkward, it really is. But in the case where you're talking about running for a party office, that's to be a delegate to the convention, I think that should supersede. That would be my interpretation. I don't think you could run for state party chairman. I don't think you could run for a district office in the Republican Party if the party rules say you have to do the following. It's like the party rules in that particular case supersede, because it is a party office. It's not a local office. And that's a
the party
distinction.
officer, then why is it not a partisan board where there's, instead of the general election board deciding on a party office, there's another contradiction.
That's
right
the way
there.
that's the wisdom of the legislature to do that. And you know what? And
You remember discounting this, but
your arguments make a lot of sense, and maybe those rules ought to be changed. But those are the rules that we're faced with right
the
now.
rules change at this level. If you, as the board chairman, feel the rules should be changed, you have the power to say,
No, we don't.
You can vote the other
then
way.
why are we going through the motions here? Why am I in front of
Predetermined.
you if the decision set forth is always going to be a no? Has it ever been a yes?
Sure.
Not
We've
today.
had situations where we've had candidate challenges with every person.
I mean, I've shown contradictions to the rules. I've shown party rules contradicting
Okay.
state rules. Every argument that you put forth, I've been able to rebut. And it's unfair that this answer is still going to be no. I can already tell it's going to be a no. However, there's no grounds for a no. I'm putting that out right here.
That's your opinion. Okay. Do I have a motion?